There he is. Got him. Big one. Big one though. Heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Now folks, while we're on the subject, I've been meaning to do a video on the equipment you absolutely need to be able to handle snakehead. So let's take it from the top. Rods, reels, gear, I've kind of gone through that. Lowest you want to go is medium heavy, usually heavy. Minimum 30-pound test braid. I prefer 40. No light wire hooks, all that kind of jazz. I've covered that kind of stuff before. What I'm really focusing on today is the gear itself. And by that, I mean things like this. This is a net that I got from Bass Pro. I'll leave a link in the description. Just heard another one. As you can see, it's got a very, very deep hoop right here and a very wide hoop. Most of your standard nets are not big enough for your 30+ inch snakehead, and 30+ inch snakehead are not that uncommon. You can see that the shaft right here, when this is sold at retail in Bass Pro, this is normally about 4 feet long. This has been trimmed down to make it better for kayak use. If you're in a boat or from shore, don't even worry about trimming it. But if you're in a kayak, good idea to trim that puppy. Now, if you're going to be tournament fishing, I guess it just helps if you want to measure your fish too. One thing you're going to want is a bump board. The top of the line out there for me is definitely catch. And the reason I say catch is top of the line is there's zero flex in this board. It's beautifully done, beautifully anodized. The marks are clear as day. It comes through very well on photos. If you want to get one just like this 40 inch, this is a custom job done through Legion of Anglers, in particular, Infamous Fishing. Make sure you hit him up. I'll leave a link in the description for how you can contact with him if you want to order one of your own. The number one piece of gear that you absolutely need when you're snakehead fishing are lip grippers, like these. These lip grippers right here are made by Addiction Baits. There's one or two features I'll show you really quickly that are super important. But first, let's get this fish on the stringer. And on that note, I prefer these diving type stringers. And the reason I do is because of a very long metal shaft that can easily insert through the very long throat of the snakehead. It's a great tool to have. Do not use your little standard wire pop open and pop close type stringers. Do not use them. You will lose the fish, guaranteed. Get caught on structure. And the throat of a snakehead is just super long. It's hard to get one in there in a way it's actually going to stay. So I'll show you using this right now. This stringer right here is made by Rogue Endeavors. Again, you can find a link in the description. Slides right through. You see how easy that is? And that's important, again, because you see how long this throat area is? They also have very sharp gill rakers. So anything rough, you're gonna have a hard time getting through there. But then this just comes, slides closed, and that's it, man. The stringer's very easy. Detach it from the metal, loop it around the kayak, clip it off. Done and done. But again, let's look at the lip grippers themselves. These are made by Addiction Baits. Great, great mid-range pair right here. They have thin metallic lips. I like that because snakehead a lot of times have lockjaw. These make it much easier to get into the jaw of that fish even when they don't want to open their mouth. The other big feature, this rotates. That means when snakehead completely freak out, they can't torque their way off of the grippers, because I've literally seen snakehead death roll and rip their jaws off before. They're that powerful and that explosively just erratic. Aside from that, you're going to want a good pair of needle nose pliers. These ones here are made by Cast King. I love them because they have a cutter right here. They have holes for hook adjustments right here and some other various features that make them very advantageous. Point being though, with snakehead, it's a toothy fish. I've handled over 1,000 snakehead at this point. I've never had any snakehead do anything but try to get away. Never had them try to bite me, attack me, any of the nonsense you see in the media. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but if it does, it's extremely, extremely rare. So, have a pair of long nose pliers to reach into the mouth to keep your fingers out of it. But on that note, there's one other piece of gear that makes it even easier to safely reach into that fish's mouth. These right here are the jaw cranks made by Infamous Fishing. What you use these for, as you can see here on the tip, it has a point to it. You insert this into the mouth of a snakehead, especially one who has swallowed or has the lure farther into its mouth. Insert this in, squeeze, opens up, and this holds that fish's mouth open. I'll try to demonstrate later today in this video if I catch another snakehead. holds it open, they squeeze hard if they want to, it's not coming off, and you get a nifty little snakehead color of your choice on the end. But anything you value for snakehead, anything you don't want to lose, either tie it off like I have my grippers, or put a float on it. So if it goes in the drink, it's not going to sink. The last piece of gear I'd say you need to handle snakehead is some type of bludgeoning and cutting tool. This is a cool little multi-tool right here that my wife got me for Christmas. And again, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get your own. The bludgeoning element is this kind of ball peen hammerhead. That's great. That's probably the #1 best tool that I've seen commonly available on the market to dispatch a snakehead is a ball peen hammer. But this has the added benefit of having a nice kind of saw blade in there. And that comes in very handy, having a nice sturdy saw blade type implement or something like kitchen shears to slice those gills. Because when you dispatch a snakehead, you start by hammering or hitting to disorient, discombobulate, and essentially neutralize all of their erratic movement and death rolls. Then, while you have them on grippers where your hands are safely free and away, that's when you slice the gills to go ahead and make sure that they bleed out quickly. Makes it easier for cleaning, makes for better meat, and it gets that fish off to the afterlife a lot sooner. It minimizes suffering. Folks, I think that's it. If I've missed any particular pieces of gear that you absolutely need for snakehead fishing, I'll hit it up at the end of the video and add it on. But I think that's pretty much all of it. I hope you found this informative. If there's anything I didn't cover, let me know in the comments section, and I'll make sure to cover it. All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one.
And if you'd like to see this full day of fishing, make sure you are subscribed and have those notifications turned on. I should have the full day of fishing on here, which was fantastic. Out to you next week. Find links to all the gear I showed in this video in the video description. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck on the water, and have a good one.